Hello, so this is a revision video for AP Chemistry 5.5, Collision Model. In an elementary reaction, reactant particles must collide together in order to form products. However, in most reactions, only a small fraction of these collisions will lead to a reaction. A collision between particles that does lead to product formation is called a successful collision. In order for a collision between particles to be successful and form products, the particles must collide with enough energy to break bonds in the reactants. This amount of energy is called the activation energy for the reaction. If the particles collide with too little energy, the particles simply bounce off each other without reacting. No bonds in the reactants get broken, which means no products can then be formed. The particles also have to collide with the correct orientation. This means the particles must hit each other in the right direction in order to form a product. Even when particles collide with the required activation energy, the orientation of collisions still matters. For complex molecules, there's often only one way they can align to react properly. This is why molecules with complicated structures may react slowly even with high-energy collisions at high temperatures. Only a small fraction of collisions between particles have enough energy and the correct alignment. This is why reaction rates are usually much slower than the total number of collisions per second for given particles. A Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution curve describes the distribution of particle energies at a given temperature. This distribution can be used to visualize the fraction of collisions with sufficient energy that lead to a reaction in the mixture, and also how that fraction depends on temperature. The highest peak on the curve shows the most probable energy that molecules have. If activation energy is plotted on the x-axis, only molecules with energy greater than this value can react when they collide, meaning we can see that only a small fraction of the molecules in the system at any one time have enough energy to react together successfully. Increasing the temperature shifts the curve to the right and lowers the peak, meaning more molecules have energy greater than or equal to activation energy. The total number of molecules, however, stays the same, so the area under the curve is unchanged. The area under the curve is proportional to the total number of molecules in the system. Exam tip here: make sure you are able to describe how the Maxwell-Boltzmann distribution changes with temperature. A higher temperature shifts the peak to the right and flattens it. This increases the proportion of particles with the required activation energy. Remember to make sure that you don't change the area under the curve when you change its shape, because this is proportional to the number of particles in the system, and changing the temperature of the system doesn't change the number of particles, meaning the area under the curve must stay the same. A higher temperature means particles collide with more energy, meaning every second there is a greater frequency of successful collisions, increasing the reaction rate.